Alright, so in this video podcast, I'm going to be talking about Manchester United's priorities for the rest of the from now on to the end of the season, which trophies we're supposed to prioritize. We know that we're in the FA Cup, we know that we're in the Euro League, and we're also looking to at least get in top 10. So, out of those three categories, of course, you have to make top 10, is not even a question. So, in terms of the Euro League and the FA Cup, which one of those we're supposed to prioritize? I'm gonna get into that in a second, but just for 1 second, I just want to address this quote unquote criticism that Paul Scholes made about Lisandro Martinez. This brethren said that Lisandro Martinez is not good enough. No, he said that the United will not win a Premier League title with Lisandro Martinez. And I think he was having a dig at Diogo Dalot, who is not in the best of form as right now. We can confidently say that. But this brethren, Paul Scholes, the Ginger Prince as they would call him, this brethren will say Lisandro Martinez is not good enough to be a Premier League starting centre back for Manchester United. Now, I'll say this. I wouldn't say he has a point, but I see where he's coming from. Lisandro Martinez is not a man of height. Some persons may say, well, that is, you have centre backs that are tall like, bamboo trees, but they're not good, they're not good defenders. While on the other hand, you have short centre backs, and they're good centre backs. But still, as a centre back, I believe it's as a centre back, you have to have a good amount of height on you to be a very proper centre back. Listen to me. And in Lisandro Martinez's case, it's unfortunate that he's not tall, but that's not against him. And even when he's not tall, he still puts himself about. It's just unfortunate that he gets, dominate. I wouldn't even say dominate because it's not BDSM, but he's done in the ear by more powerful centre backs or powerful players. But apart from that, he's still a proper centre back, and I believe, in my opinion, let me know what you guys think. In my opinion, man, I'm scratching my arm like I got bitten by a wasp or something. Let me know your opinions on this. Whether you think Lisandro Martinez is a proper centre back to try win. No, we should not be talking about winning the Premier. Number one, we should not be talking about winning the Premier League in the current state that we're in. That's not supposed to be a talking point. There's different. It takes its levels here. We're down here, so we're not supposed to be talking as if we're up here. So we're not Man City, and I've never thought I would come to the point where I say we're not Man City. Man City is up here, so. And although they're in their bad form, but for years past they've been up here, so we have been down here, so. So there is no need for us to be talking about, we're supposed to be winning the Premier. Dude, we're not in a state to be talking about winning the Premier League when we're in like 12th or 13th place. We're not supposed to be talking about no Premier. We're not even in Champions League place or none of that. So none of that talk supposed to be a thing of us talking about winning the Premier League. Now going back to my point before I go on another tirade. In my opinion, Lisandro Martinez is a proper centre back for us to win the Premier. If we were going to win the Premier League trophy, I believe Lisandro Martinez would be a starting centre back for us to win the Premier League trophy. You see me? So Paul Scholes can do away with that. I don't even know what would give him the impression. No, again, Lisandro, we know say he's reckless at times, Lisandro Martinez. I'll be objective and say yes. At times, Lisandro Martinez has shown a streak of recklessness. He has been reckless a few times. He has made challenges where he should have been more pragmatic and diplomatic and not rush into the challenge. Yes. But all things considered, all bets are off, man. This Bridging is still a proper centre back to start. If we could have won the Premier League with West Brown and John O'Shea as centre backs. No, granted we had world class attackers, so they did the business. But if we could have won the Premier League with John O'Shea and West Brown in 2010, 2011, then what would give you the impression that we wouldn't win the Premier League with Lisandro Martinez? And Lisandro Martinez, no disrespect to West Brown, a pass West Brown and a pass John O'Shea, but Lisandro Martinez is better than them centre backs, and we won the Premier League with one of them centre backs playing. Now they were not starting regularly because we had Vidic and Ferdinand for that, but they were still a part of that. And even then, I would even say Ferdinand peak was going down here, so he wasn't at his best. And we still started him, and we still won the Premier League with starting him as a starting centre back. And Scholes should have known that because he was a part of that squad when we last won the Premier League. Not in 2013, but the second to last time we won it, which was in 2011. No, that was Man City when we won it in 2010, 2011, that season. So yeah, Skulls, man. I don't know if it's old age catching up with you, but you need to reassess your assessments, man. So let us go into our priorities after the 6 minutes. So we're in the FA Cup. We have just beaten, not just as if we played today, but last week we played against Leicester City on Friday and go beat them. We knocked them out of the FA Cup. I believe it was a 2-1 victory. I didn't watch the game. We went 1-0 down. Story of our life, right? We always go 1-0 down before we eventually win the game. Story of our life. Ruud van Nistelrooy was the manager is still the manager. He's still the manager of Leicester City. And funnily enough, we beat Leicester City in the Carabao Cup about 7-something. And guess who was the interim manager then? Van Nistelrooy. I know Ruud van Nistelrooy is the manager for the side that we knocked out 7 whatever against Leicester City in the Carabao Cup. I know he's managing them. Some turnaround, huh? So what is our priorities? Are we supposed to is Amorim supposed to prioritize the FA Cup, or are we supposed to prioritize Zero League? Because like I said, but we should not be talking about winning no Premier League. That's not gonna happen. So which of these routes you believe Man United should take? We won the FA Cup last season against Man City in the FA Cup final, and we also there's no also nothing. So yeah, we win the FA Cup last season against Man City. Are we supposed to go and try win the FA Cup again, defend our title in the FA Cup, or we can do both: win the FA Cup or the Euro League, and not try. We're supposed to and get at least top 10. Man, so like a Newcastle fan, like top 10, like bro, what? I would never thought, and I thought Man United under Moyes was bad. We were like in 8th place, 9th place, 7th place, and now we're like in 12th place. That's mostly due to everything Hog and Amorim. I'll say Amorim because Amorim is not an innocent child here, but it's just Amorim came at a bad time, and I think most persons know that. He came in the middle of the season, and he didn't have a pre-season. He didn't have a summer transfer window to sign his players. Isn't me? So he was given a bunch of players that were like null and void to his system, and his brethren go bring in this 3-4-3 system with the players that he was given. And the players looked out of their depth at first glance when those players played in that system. They didn't adapt at the moment, and they're still adapting. But definitely at that time when he came with the 3-4-3 2 months back, they were like a fish out of water. They were like, what are you trying to do with this 3-4-3? It's not going to work in the Premier League. But we're seeing that Conte has won the Premier League with the 3-4-3. And that was in 2016, 2017. Now, of course, as seasons went on, the Premier League sides adapted to the 3-4-3, and that's why Conte catch hell and he got sacked. So with Amorim, we will see if he's going to have the same setup as Conte, or a different setup, albeit it's the same formation. We'll see how that works. So yeah, going back to my main point, I'm always doing these rumbles. Going back to my main point, our priorities, we have to have a priority because we can't just be winging it. We have to have a priority. We're like 12th place in the Premier League, if not 13th place. And hell, if we're in 13th place, and say the number 13 is a sign of bad luck, but we have to work, we have to get our own luck, man. We have to get out of this rat hole and work ourselves in the table. We know so the Premier League is very competitive this season. Hell, Nottingham Forest is in top 5, if not top 6. Chelsea is up there, so Chelsea playing good football this season due to Cole Palmer, and based on how they play the football, although I don't really watch them, but they have improved. Arsenal has improved. Man City has fell off. Man City went on a banana peel and they're regressing. They lost today against Real Madrid 3-2. They were in front 2-0. No, actually 1-0. Then Real Madrid equalized through Mbappe. And after Mbappe equalized, Man City got a penalty, so it went to 2-1 in the 80th minute. And who would have told you that Man City lost that lead? They lost it, and Real Madrid go score 2 late goals and they win the game. So yeah, Man City has fell off. They're not the peak, the unbeatable, the invincible Man City that they once were years back. That Man City that Man City is no more. That Man City doesn't exist. You see me? So at the state that they're in right now, they're beatable. They're more human. They're more they're not as they don't have that X factor as they used to. They don't have that. So because they don't have that, there are sides that are banking, that are taking advantage of that, and they're actually beating them. There are a good amount of sides that have beaten City. I mean, when you see Arsenal of all sides beating City 5-1, say Man City is not having a good day or a good season for that matter. So yeah, they have regressed in that aspect. But what I'm saying is that the Premier League has become competitive to the point where we and Tottenham are out of place because we're not supposed to be in the place that we're in right now, which is to have our 13th place. So that said, what are the priorities seeing that we're in two competitions that are trophy worthy of winning? We can win the FA Cup and we can win the Euro League. We can win the Euro League. We can do both, but if we're going to do both, then we need to prioritize who is going to be starting in those two competitions. Like I said, we cannot be winging it or doing this half-cocked. If we do this, winging it, playing the same players in the Premier League, the FA Cup, and the Euro League, at some point the players are going to get fatigued. There's a reason why we have a lot of players in this squad. The players that are not playing as much need to be utilized. I get that Amorim wants our core players to start in the FA Cup and the Euro League, and we know say the main players are Bruno Fernandes because he's captain, Amad Diallo because he's our best attacker, Regate because he's our best defensive midfielder. We look at Delight because he's arguably one of our best defenders this season, and Dallo of course because he's one of our best players, although he has not been at the best at his best a few games now, but all things considered, we know he's one of our best wing backs. So with all of that said, we know Amorim starts his main players, his core players in the squad, but at the same time we need to know how to utilize the other players though. We didn't sign those other players just to hold bench. We signed those players to come on for other players, whether those other players are injured or suspended, or they are given leaves. Like for example, if them wife pregnant, they want to go and leave and deal with that. Or if they have a death in the family, they can relieve themselves from the squad, and a player can come in and replace a player. That is why we have a squad. That is why we have a squad, man. So we need to know how to use these players. Amorim needs to know which players to play in the FA Cup and the Euro League and the Premier League. Yeah. Gone are the days where we could have started, the best players in the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, the Premier League, and try to go for everything. But we have to prioritize everything. We have to prioritize what we are in right now. And I believe, in my opinion, we're capable of winning the FA Cup. I believe we're capable of winning the Euro League. But given our inconsistent form and and our form can be very erratic at times and very unpredictable, we have to ask these questions. If these questions are not asked, then we're not going to, number one, we're not going to win a trophy, and number two, we're going to be like a ship without a sail. We're going to move aimless. So we need to ask ourselves some of these questions. Which are the players Amorim is going to be using in the Euro League, in the FA Cup, and of course in the Premier League he's going to of course use his main players, because of course we're not supposed to be in 13th place. Like I said, we're not Newcastle. No disrespect to Newcastle, although Newcastle has made a new name for themselves. They're more like a top 8, more top 10 side, so we can't use Newcastle. So, but we're not no Everton either, so we cannot be in 13th place or 12th place. That's that's not our place, man. Our place is in top four. In top four. Historically speaking, we're spoiled babies, We're spoiled babies. Oh, speaking of spoiled babies, today was Dennis Law's funeral. So rest in peace to Dennis Law, although he used to play for Man City. But speaking about playing for two Manchester clubs, Peter Schmeichel was also at the funeral, and he also played for the both Manchester clubs. So rest in peace to Dennis Law, and blessings be unto his family. Now, back to what I was saying. So yes, we need to know the priorities for the season, bro. Like real talk. Real talk. We're looking out a few players. Malacia is back. I believe he's at PSV in the Netherlands league, or whichever club he's, but he's in that league playing. Anthony is making a name for himself at Real Betis. The great Anthony, the GOAT as they would consider him, is back at his best. He's in form. He's won 2 man of the match, or they would say player of the match. He scored his first goal in 2 games than when he was at United. Like, this bridging had 1 goal out of 37 appearances, if not more, for Manchester United, and it took just 2 games for this bridging to get 1 goal. So it goes to show, so there are some players that leave the confines of Manchester United and they improve. You see me, like Rashford has left Manchester United on a loan for 6 months to Aston Villa, and I'm pretty sure he will do decent there. My blessings go to Rashford. I believe this was overdue, because I believe Rashford should be sold permanently. But alone is a start. Alone is a start, and it prepares him mentally to move on from Manchester United. So maybe it's not the permanent sale right now, where some of us were looking and saying, yeah, you should have sold him, but maybe the right offer was not made. But he's on loan. He's off our books right now. I believe we're paying at least a small percentage of his wages, because, like I mentioned, Rashford wages is not small. Rashford wages, that we look at Rashford wages is at least 290,000 per week, and that's in pounds. So that is a lot of money, and he wasn't even playing much either. So you're not playing much either, and you're getting that money per week. That is a lot of money. So yeah, we are, I believe, paying, but in terms of his playtime, he's at Aston Villa getting games, and other players are out on loan. So my point is, there are some players that has left the squad. So the squad is not as big. Oh, also I'm all over the place. We recruited 2 players. We recruited Patrick Dorgu and another brother. When I say another brother, I'm talking about a black man. We got a black player. Both are brothers. 2 black players in our squad. And Dorgu started for us against Leicester City last week, Friday. And I'm pretty sure he put in a decent performance in his debut game. But yeah, we have to prioritize these trophies. We can't, if we want to go all guns blazing and place our cards on the table and say we're all in, we want to win the FA Cup, we want to win the Euro League. That is cool. That is cool, but at the same time, know what you're what you're trying to do, to risk at the same time, because there will be players that will be injured, and the question is, if those players are injured or suspended, do you have the players to replace them? Do you have the players to replace them? Like for example, if Amad Diallo gets injured, we catch hell because Amad Diallo is our best attacker. Yeah, Hoyland is not scoring goals. Xerxes, yeah, he scored a goal last week against Leicester City, but I mean, it's not like he's scoring on a regular basis. You know, he's not scoring on a regular basis. And Hoyland has lost his ability. I mean, this version hasn't scored since what? I don't even think he scored this year. When was the last time Hoyland has scored a goal? I don't believe this version has a goal in 2025. And we're in February. Yeah, so it shows that we're lacking goals. We have a problem with scoring goals. We have a goal scoring problem that needs to be fixed. And I believe that Amorim will try to fix that in the summer. But right now, with the squad that we have, given that the winter transfer window is closed, we have to go with this squad and run it through until the end of until May, because May is when the season finish. So, yeah, man, my point is that if we want to go try win the FA Cup and Euro League at the same time, it's good. You know, it's all good when you have aspirations like that. Just make sure what kind of ring you're boxing in. You know, if you know, so the players are at risk of getting burnout. They're at the risk of losing proper form, and they're at the risk of getting injured because they get burnout. So these things are possibilities that we need to consider. We need to consider them. Yeah, man, we have to consider them. We can't put them at the side because this is realistic. These things happen. These things happen. And like I said, if Diallo gets injured, man, if Diallo, or even worse, Bruno Fernandes get injured, he'll catch us because we have no proper replacement for those players. Anthony is balling at Real Betis, so we have no player to replace him at right wing. Or unless we go pull some youngin from under 18 or under 21 or something like that to replace him. Or if Amorim is colourful and he thinks out of the box and he's thinking, he might play Rasmus Højlund as a striker, not as a striker, but as the right winger, Xerxes as a striker, and Bruno Fernandes as the number 10, which is actually a left midfielder, but we know he's going to operate as a number 10. And try to see what try to see what works in that type of system. But yeah, man, if we want to, and we have Garnacho. Garnacho has been in proper form recently, so I mean, we can win these two trophies. But the question is that I'm still imposing is that we have to know what we're at risk here, and we have to know the players to prioritize in these two competitions, and also the Premier League. Now, if you want to play, like I said, I know I'm not beating around the bush. I know I'm repeating myself, but if we want to play all the main players in 3 tournaments, the competition, the Premier League, the FA Cup, the Euro League, man, them players have to go bed early, man. No sex, no food after 11 p.m. You can't go out late, you can't party, you can't do none of that. You have to be at training like from 7 p.m. to at least 11 a.m. or something like that. Eat at such and such a time, do personal training, etc. So, I mean, these things have to be considered, man. We are not robot. No, well, we as if I'm like a player in the squad. But the players are not robots. They're not. They're not. I mean, some players operate like robots, like Cristiano Ronaldo. Anyone that this Virgin has a routine daily. He has a routine that he lives by, and big ups to him. Let him do his thing. But other players are more. I wouldn't say free. Or I would say more liberal. They're not as structured like CR7. They're not as structured like him. And because they're not structured like him, they kind of see, what to do in that area. Okay, boom, 11 a.m. is coming, so them go train. They don't have at 11. Okay, I have train at 11. They're like, I'm acting as if I know the player's schedule, but it's a thought. I'm giving you my thought on some of the players though, because I'm pretty sure that well, I'm a Man United supporter, so of course I must say we. But I'm pretty sure that the players through Amorim and the coaches have a routine of when to train, and of course players, when I'm pretty sure players stay back and train on them personal ability, like them dribbling ability, them shooting ability, them free kick abilities, is them set piece abilities, everything like that. But I'm saying that there has to be a routine, because if them players are played in 3 of these competitions, they're going to risk getting burned out. Speaking of Lisandro Martinez, this Virgin is out for a good while. He got an injury against I believe he got the injury against Leicester City last week. Yeah, he got the injury against last week. So he missing him is going to be a problem. Yes, we have Harry Maguire, who is reliable and dependable, and we have Lenny Euro, but I mean, Lisandro Martinez is that fire in the backbone of our defense, man. And with him missing, we're going to need that centre back to play the ball in the attack. Now we know say Delight can pass the ball from the back. We know say Maguire can pass the ball from the back. But we need a specialized centre back. I wonder how Amram is going to work it out. But there's, based on how he plays and how we see how he plays, Lisandro Martinez has the license to drift up and be in the build-up leading to the attack. And we have seen that on multiple occasions. It's nothing new. It's nothing new out of water. We have seen it before. The goal the goal that won against Man City last year, in December last year, Lisandro Martinez played that ball to Diallo, and Diallo go score it. Lisandro Martinez moving into attack and scoring the equalizer against Liverpool at Anfield, and we have seen it and he scored against Fulham away from home. So we know we know how valuable Lisandro Martinez is to our defense and our attack as well, because he's a part of our attack, because that's how Amorim wants him to play, and that's how he plays. Leave your comments down in the comment section. I hope I'm making sense. I'm just thinking, I mean, it just came on my mind today, because I was saying to myself, the Champions League is going on today and tomorrow, and the Euro League is going on. I believe the Euro League is playing somewhat tomorrow and definitely on Thursday. Is it? I'm not even sure. I don't think the Euro League is playing this week. I don't think so. But if it is playing, then but yeah, what I'm saying, I forgot what I'm saying, man. What the hell is going on? I'm having a senior moment right now. But yeah, we need to know the players that we're playing in the competitions, though. Going back to my point, the players need to know which, like if you're a manager, I'm giving you my opinion. I'm not saying it is, but if you're a manager, I'm pretty sure that certain players in the squad, you're saying to yourself, I'm not start a player there, he's not going to be my main starter. Yeah, I can play him here and here, so and he can come on in the game, but he's not a main starter. I'm pretty sure every coach has that in his mind, whether he says it consciously, but subconsciously, most coaches, if not all coaches, look on them squad and say, all right, X, Y, and Z. Do you see this? Do you see this player, Bobby? I'm not starting Bobby. Bobby is not a starter for me. I see how he plays in training, and he's not my main go-to. I don't like this player. They have that thought. But even if you don't like the player, you have to use the players, because if you're in like three competitions, and you're a prestigious club like Manchester United, so we have to win a trophy, if not two of the trophies. We're a trophy winning side. We're a trophy winning club, I should say. We should not be going no trophyless. We should not be trophy virgins in the season that we play. And we have been before. I mean, you can give credit to everything out, because in the 2 seasons he's been here, he won 2 trophies. Carabao Cup in his first, FA Cup in his last. And before he came, we have been trophy virgins since 2017, because we won the Euro League in 2017. And ever since then, we haven't won anything until this bald virgin that looks like Walter White from Breaking Bad came to Manchester United and won us 2 trophies in 2 consecutive seasons. Actually, more trophies, may I add, to throw egg in Arsenal faces. This virgin won 2 trophies over Arsenal, Arteta's Arsenal, and Arteta was at Arsenal since December 2019, and he has won 1 trophy, and that's the FA Cup. And he has a community shield, but we don't value community shield. But he has 1 FA Cup. Person will say, well, he finished twice, he finished runners up. This is how Arsenal is immune to the Premier League. It's been a long time they win the Premier League, so they're now glorifying second place. Yeah, we won runners up twice, so that must mean something. You know what I mean? Like, dude, man, hey, nobody remembers second place. It's either win the Premier League or they don't. When Man City beat us to the Premier League in 2011, 2012, nobody was talking about us that much. They talk about Man City, number 1, winning the Premier League, and winning the Premier League for the first time since not only the first Premier League trophy, but winning the league title, the Premiership, for the first time in 30 odd years or whatever. So we were not a talking point. We were not a talking point. Man City was a talking point, and that is what happened. So the point is that we have to win trophies, bro. Yes, persons persons sniff them nose on the FA Cup. Yes, persons sniff them nose to EuroLeague, but it's like giving a bad hand of cards. Okay, it's a bad hand of cards you were given, but what are you going to be? How are you going to make use of those bad cards given to you? That is the real question. Yes, we should not be in the EuroLeague because we should be aspiring to play in the Champions League, but because Manchester United has been poor in the Champions League, is me finishing last place. And it's not like we had a group of Bayern Munich, Barcelona, and Real Madrid either. We finished last place to Galatasaray, if some side from Norway, I think. Come on, man. Come on. So we did not deserve Champions League because we're not ready for Champions League football. We're not ready. We see that we're inexperienced, we're virgins, we're out of our depths in the Champions League, and that is how we played in the Champions League. We were winning games. We didn't win them games because them came back in the game and either beat us or the game got draw. So we're not ready for Champions League. We're not. We're not ready for Champions League, man. So we are in the Euro League. We have to deal with that right now. And because we're in the Euro League right now, we need to win the Euro League. We haven't won the Euro League since, and hell, we should have won the Euro League in 2021. Against Villarreal, and Villarreal go beat us. But we need to, in my opinion, we need to aspire to win the Euro League. That's our priority. Now, if we win the FA Cup, then cool. The FA Cup can come along. But priority, we win Euro League. because we need Champions League. And I'm not so hypocritical saying that we are not ready for Champions League. But come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. This is Champions League football. We know, say, when Manchester United is in Champions League, we make a lot of money and revenues and etc. So we need to actually try get. We not go get no Champions League. By being by winning the Premier League or being in second place or third place, because we're in 13th place. That is 10 step down. That we're in 13th place, not third place. So we need to try win this Euro League, man, and try get Champions League football and make Amorim work out what he needs to work out in the summer, so we can get some quality players that is adaptable to his system, and bring back Sancho from Chelsea, of course, because Chelsea not going to keep Sancho, and go from there. So that is what we need to do, you know. I was about to say it's not that difficult. Of course, it is difficult. It's not FIFA career mode. But that is, in my opinion, that's how we need. That's how we're supposed to go with it. That's how we're supposed to go with it. Yes, I know. I just said, because I'm a hypocrite, right? I said that we are not ready for Champions League football, but at the same time, we need to still go for Champions League football. It's funny what I said that, but we still need to go for it, man. We still need to go for it, man. So it's not just based on the trophy of winning the trophy. It's not based on the camaraderie of winning the EuroLeague trophy. It's the fact that we need to get our asses in the Champions League. We need to get there in the Champions League. We need to we need to win the EuroLeague. And we know, so there are a few competitive sides in the EuroLeague. We have Napoli, with Lukaku, Scott McTominay. This virgin is playing like Zidane, man. I mean, who would have thought that Scott McTominay, a virgin that we criticized heavily, is playing like prime Zidane? But that shows the quality of the Premier. That shows the quality of the Serie A, because it's a very much slower league than the Premier League. Is me, yeah. So I'm not hating on Scott McTominay. I'm just saying what is, because it is slow. But yeah, we have competitors in the in Euro League though, so we have to be cognizant of that. But yeah, so going back to my thought before I finish this video, Manchester United should aspire to win the Euro League so we can get Champions League football, not just for the sake of winning the trophy. Not for the sake of winning the trophy. Now, if you're Everton and you go win the Euro League, big up yourself. That is like winning the Champions League, is winning the World Cup or the Super Bowl. And my fact, the Super Bowl was like 2 days ago, and I don't even watch the Super Bowl. But that is how, if you're an Everton fan, you see winning the Euro League, because that is, that is way above it. That is like you're a guy from a 1 to 10 scale. You're like a 4 out of 10, and you're dating a woman that is a 10 out of 10. So that is like over your head. So when you win it, you want to grab onto it, you want to value it, you want to cherish it. We're not Everton winning the Euro League, so it's not a big thing. We shouldn't see it as, oh, we're going to try win Euro League, and Euro League is a big trophy to it. No, we should be looking at the Euro League and saying, all right, boom. And yes, it is using, boom. I'm gonna use you to get Champions League football, and this is how some brethren are with some chicks. Them say, alright, boom, boy, she's not my type, but I would hit it, I'll go for it, isn't it? I mean, if it helps me to go in better places, shows that I have my thing going on, then I'm gonna go with it. I mean, and then when you get what you want to get, you go them the chick. Yeah, that's funny, man. So when you win the Champions League, you say, all right, Champions League, I'm done with you. I am the champion. I'm not the Champions League. I am done with the Euro League. I'm done with you, honey. It's been a good while. It's been a good run. We did some good things that we enjoyed together, but it wasn't destined to last, isn't it? So you have to go where you're going. But see, that is what we have to. That is how we have to. That is how we have to maneuver in the Euro League. We are in the Euro League. We have to win the Euro League so we can get Champions League. That is how we're supposed to get our Champions League football, because there is no other way. We're not going to, get 3 points and it's Hell, the season's soon finish, you know. We're like, how much games we have left? But like 15 or 16 games left. And that is not a lot. So even if we go get 3 points or we're not going to get we're not going to get into third place. And third place is like the final point of getting Champions League qualification. Now, if you finish fourth place, then there is a room where it's a room of grace where you can, you know, they're going to give you a playoff, the Champions League playoff, where you can qualify if you win in terms of the goals scored in aggregate, because it's not away goal. Away goal rules doesn't rule no more in the Champions League. They took out that rule, which I don't like, because I like the away goal rule. But even if we win every game till May, man, we're not going to get third place. We're not going to get fourth place, and we're not going to get definitely not second place or definitely first place. So the best option for us is to win the Euro League, and that is how we get Champions League football. Hope I'm making sense here. And on the 40th minute. Yeah, man. That's how we suppose. I went dark. My bad. Give me a second. Yeah, man. So that's how we're supposed to go with it, man. We're supposed to. We have to be Machiavelli. I mean, this is not. It's not like it's new, like it's science or whatever. Because persons have maneuvered their way into the Champions League by winning the Euro League. We look at Sevilla, and when Sevilla doesn't do crap in the Champions League, and definitely especially when they finish third place, they get relegated to the Euro League and then go in the Euro League. So that's how we support, because we're in the Euro League though. We're in the Euro League, so we have to use the Euro League and win the Euro League and get Champions League. And like I said, make Amorim work what he's working out in the summer, get quality players that will suit his system, adapt to his system, get out some of the players that he needs to get out. That includes Marcus Rashford, that includes Luke Shaw, that includes Johnny Evans. You know, get rid of them players and get new players in the squad that he deems valuable quality to his system. And we go from there, so, and bring back Sancho from Chelsea. Like I said, because Chelsea don't want to keep Sancho. So with that being said, that has to be said. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm wrapping up right now. This is not going to be a long speech. I just wanted to give you 2 pennies of my thought when it comes on to our priorities this season. We know, like I said, we're not going to break into that top 7. We're not going to break. I don't even think we'll go break in the top 8 or top 9. I mean, yeah, I believe we can break into at least top 9. I believe so. But definitely we're not going to be in the no. In top 6, no. In top 8, we'll see how that goes. We might even finish at 8th, but we may not go beyond 8th or under 8th. So we have to see. So in getting Champions League, man, we have to be smart, because I'm pretty sure Amorim is trying to go for not Champions League. I'm always getting mixed up with it. But see, that shows that's our standard though, because we're not supposed to be in Euro League. When you say Manchester United, the first thing that should come to mind, apart from the Premier League, of course, because we have the most Premier League trophy won, is the Champions League. That is a trophy that is our standard. Our standard is not the Euro League. Our standard is the Champions League, and we're not in the Champions League because we're not ready for Champions League football. And I am hypocritical to say that, but at the same time, we're supposed to get Champions League football because that is where Manchester United is supposed to go. And we're going to get that Champions League football by winning the Euro League. Enough story. Leave your comments in the comment section. I know that I went on a rant, on a tirade of different opinions, even trying to mix myself up when I was talking. But I mean, a broken clock is right twice a day. So I know I said something sensible that resonates with some of you guys. Comments down below in the comment section. Like and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell as well so that you can be notified. Yeah, man. Yeah. We have to these are the questions we have to ask ourselves. We have to ask ourselves these questions. Like I said, we cannot win nothing. We can't do this half cocked. We cannot go. We can't go. We cannot do this thing on empty, on autopilot or neutral. We have to go try win this trophy, and that is the Premier. Here am I going about, going about the Premier League trophy, the Champions League trophy. We need to try go for the Euro League trophy, and me. Default by saying the Champions League trophy should tell you something that we're supposed to have high standards. We're not no EuroLeague side, although we're being a side that been in the EuroLeague. Without doesn't mean that is our standard. We are in the EuroLeague because of our mediocre performances. There is nothing to be said other than that. That is why we're in the EuroLeague. And because we're in the EuroLeague, we have to use that situation to our benefit so that we can get the Champions League. Period. That is what you call qualification. That is why you have the word qualification, man. You win even when you win the FA Cup, you get I believe you get either qualification for the Premier League or you get qualification to Euro League. I'm not. I believe it's qualification for the Premier League. I'm not sure, but it does qualify you for something. Because you can't just win the FA Cup and you don't get nothing in return. So of course. Yeah, man. So yeah, we have to win the Euro League is all I'm saying. At the 46th minute, touch your neighbor to you next day right now and say we have to win the Euro League. We have to win the Euro League, man. We have to win the Euro League. Amen. So that's all I have to say in this video. Comments below, like and subscribe to the channel. Man, it's dark outside. I wasn't expecting it to be dark this soon. But I guess that speaking so much like how I was just speaking just kills time like that. But yeah, man, like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll show you guys in the next video podcast. I believe we have a game this week. Like I said, I don't think we have a game against in the Euro League. I don't think so. I don't even think Manchester United playing this week until Sunday against Tottenham. And unfortunately, I can't watch that game because I have work on Sunday. But anyway, leave your comments up in the comment section, and I'll show it to you guys in the next video podcast. I'll still do the preview. But yeah, I'll see you in the preview when I do the preview.